Wow, day 39. This is it, the end. Yeah, congrats you two. You deserve to be here. Yep, may the best player win. I'm still in shock. I didn't expect to survive last round, but here I am in the end. I think Tyler and Marcus made a huge mistake in voting Chloe off over me, and hopefully that'll be reflected in the final vote. Never in a million years did I expect to make it to day 39, to the end. I know my kids are going to be so proud of me, but I can't stop now. I can win this game. I feel like I've got just as good as a shot as anyone else, and if I could get that $1 million, it'll just be life-changing. I fought hard to get to the end, and hopefully the jury can see that. I know I've got some stiff competition, but I think I've done enough to deserve the win. Welcome, survivors, to the final Tribal Council. Now introducing the members of the jury. Peter, Liz, Margaret, Lana, Dean, Frank, and Chloe voted off at the last Tribal Council. So, the three of you have made it as far as you can in this game. The power now shifts to the jury. These 7 players that you had a hand in voting out will now have a hand in voting for one of you to win the title of Sole Survivor and the $1 million prize. One at a time, they'll come forward and ask you questions about your game. And then they'll vote for a winner. Alright, Peter, you can start us off. Okay, so my question to you all is, what do you think your best move was in the entire game? Marcus, we'll start with you. So I think my best move was using my curse advantage to get rid of Dean. Going into Tribal, we all knew Chloe had an idol, and it was a huge risk to just reveal who we were voting because it could have easily resulted in an idol play. But it didn't happen, thankfully, and my advantage is what really got rid of him. Okay, how about you, Nina? I think my best move was using my idol at the final 10. I got the majority of the votes there, and well, I managed to get rid of you instead. So I think that was my best move. Alright, how about you, Tyler? I think my best move was blindsiding Chloe at the last Tribal Council. I knew she was a big threat, and I knew that if she had gotten to the end, she probably beats me and Marcus, so we decided that it would be smart to get rid of her and take Nina to the end instead. Alright, thank you guys. Liz, you're next up. Okay, I also have a question for all of you. My question is, out of the social, strategic, and physical aspects of the game, how would you rate yourself in them? What do you think you did the best? What do you think you did the worst? Tyler, how about you answer this first? Yeah, so I think the thing I did best out of the 3 was physical. Obviously, I won 5 individual immunities, and that's a record. I also won the majority of the pre-merge challenges, so my physical game was probably my most important aspect of my game. After that, it would probably be social because I was able to connect with a lot of people, make alliances, and I never really had to really worry. And then I think strategic would be last, but I still think I had a decent strategic game. I was able to get correct reads on the game, and I kind of knew what was happening most of the time, so that'd be my ranking. Okay, thank you. How about you, Nina? I think my strategic game was the best of the 3 aspects, mainly because I was always trying to think about what was best for my game, right? Playing the idol on myself, voting off Lana instead of Chloe, that was all part of my strategic game, and I think that was my best aspect. Secondly, I'd say it was physical. I was the only person all season to beat Tyler in an individual immunity challenge, and I think in the pre-merge I was pretty good too. Then social would probably be at the bottom just because outside of you and Dean, I feel like I didn't really have super great connections with anyone, and I don't know, I feel like it was my weakest aspect. Well, thank you. Marcus, how about you? I would say my best aspect was my social game. I was able to connect with pretty much everyone, right? I was never a target despite going to a lot of tribals, and I only got 1 vote in the entire season. So I think socially I was able to make sure I wouldn't be voted out. After that, it would probably be strategic. I think I did the best I could. I'm not super familiar with the great strategies of the game, but I think I did a decent enough job. And then loss would be physical because, well, I wasn't super great in challenges. I'm in my 40s, right? I gave it my best shot. All right, thank you guys. Margaret, the floor is yours. My question is to you, Marcus. It's, how much did you know about my elimination? And, well, did you vote me off? Okay, I knew Frank was gunning for you at the final 8, and I knew he planned on using his advantage on you. And I told you as much. I told you I wasn't gonna flip, and I didn't flip. I never wrote your name down, and I never intended to. At Tribal Council, it was Chloe who jumped, and well, that caught me off guard, right? So, I do apologize because I feel like I could have done more to get Frank to not vote you off, but for the most part, it was a surprise to me seeing you go home. Definitely was. Okay, thanks for your answer. Lana, you can go next. So my question is to Nina, and that's, why did you decide to vote me off over Chloe? Okay, so my decision was kind of simple. I voted you mainly because I felt like we were never on the same page ever since the tribe swap, right? We weren't really working together, and I figured if you went home, right, you wouldn't be someone I would work with, so it made more sense to get rid of you than Chloe, who was someone who wanted to work with Dean and I, and that was honestly the best decision I could have made, because Chloe saved me with an idol at Final 5, so I think it really did prove to be the smarter choice, because maybe Chloe was a bigger threat, yes, but she was also someone who would have benefited me later in the game, whereas you weren't going to do that. Okay, thanks for your answer. Dean, you can ask the next question. Alright, my question's gonna be to Tyler. You won a lot of immunity challenges. You are really insane in those, I'm gonna be honest. I never really had a chance at winning because, you won them all, but my question to you is, without the immunity wins, what substance does your game really have? Well, to answer that, I think the best answer would be, my game had a lot of good social plays, right? At the start of the game, I was able to make an alliance with Chloe and Peter. When the swap hit, right, I had connections with pretty much everyone. I was in an alliance with Lana, Marcus, Margaret, and then when Frank came back in, him as well. I was able to socially be in a really good spot, so even if I didn't win challenges, I don't think I would have been in any real danger, right? I always really knew what was going on. I knew Chloe had flipped on Margaret, and I knew we shouldn't trust her moving forward. I also knew where advantages were most of the time, so I think that I always had a very good read on what was going on, and I used that to my advantage. Frank, you're the next to go. I don't really have a question. I'm more of a statement to make to you three. More so to the jury, really. That's about Marcus. Marcus, I know for the end game we weren't really on the same page, but I feel like you've really been underestimated throughout the season. You're able to survive for so long at being on the bottom. When the merge hit, you're able to get into a majority, make allies. Your social game was on point. You played super well, and I know your kids are definitely going to be proud of you for it. Thank you, Frank. And I just hope the jury can see that, because I do believe you've played a really good game, and I hope we can be friends long after the season's done. So that's really all I gotta say. Chloe, as the final jury member, you can close us off here. Well, final three, I just want to say congratulations on making it this far. Pretty impressive. Marcus, I know you had the best social game of the three. Nina, you probably had the best strategic game of the three. And Tyler, you had the best physical game by far. But I'm struggling to see who to vote for, so answer this question carefully. Nina, my question to you is, you had a lot of luck in your game. You got very lucky with your idol play. If Peter doesn't change his vote, that blows up in your face. You got lucky I saved you at Final 5, because I was really not going to until, Tribal Council came around. So I just want to ask you, do you think you had a more luck-based game or a more skill-based game? Well, I think I had a more skill-based game. Obviously, there might have been some luck involved, yes, but I don't think you can discredit my idol play because Peter misvoted, right? I still had to find the idol. I still had to use it correctly. I still had to survive, right? Sure, you can say, maybe I hid behind Dean for most of the game. That was by design. I needed a bigger shield in front of me. So, I feel like, to answer your question, I played more skill-based. Sure, I might have got lucky at times, but who hasn't? Alright, Tyler, my question to you is, why did you decide to take Nina to the end over me? Well, to answer that question, I thought that after you had blindsided Frank, your resume was just too good, right? You had taken out Frank, you had taken out Margaret, you had taken out Lana. Pretty much everything at the end of the game was your doing. So I thought that if there was ever a time to make a big move and just play, right, it was that tribal council, because I knew you were voting for Nina, so we could get rid of you. And to be completely honest, I wouldn't have beat you in the end, and I feel like against Nina I have a better shot. Okay, fair enough. And Marcus, my question to you is, did you play strategic enough to get my vote? Well, I think so, right? I was always with the group, and sure, maybe I didn't really make the plans most of the time, but I was always trying to do what was best for my game, right? Getting rid of Dean whenever it was possible, targeting Nina, agreeing to vote you off, because if you think about it, I could have easily voted Nina there, and she would have gone home. So I think I did play a good enough strategic game. Well, thank you three, and just good luck in the end. And with that, it is time to vote. Peter, you can start us off. Well, Nina, I really didn't expect you to make it to the end, but I'm glad you did. Good luck. Well, Tyler, you played a solid game, and I think you deserve this $1 million prize. I think it's kind of obvious, but I'm voting for Marcus. Good luck to him. You just have a slight edge over the other two. I'll go tally the votes. I have tallied the votes. Remember, these are votes for our winner, so you want to see your name on these parchment papers. Alright. For one last time, I'll now read the votes. First vote, Nina. Second vote, Marcus. It's 1 vote Nina, 1 vote Marcus, 5 votes left. Tyler. We're tied. 1 vote Nina, 1 vote Marcus, 1 vote Tyler, 4 votes left. Fourth vote, Tyler. That's 2 votes for Tyler, 1 vote Nina, 1 vote Marcus. Nina. We're tied again. 2 votes Tyler, 2 votes Nina, 1 vote Marcus, 2 votes left. Sixth vote, Marcus. That's 2 votes for Marcus, 2 votes Nina, 2 votes Tyler, 1 vote left. The final vote, and the winner of LEGO Survivor Season 10, Egypt, Pharaoh's Curse, Tyler. Congratulations. Oh my, I don't know what to feel right now. Shock, happiness, excitement. It's overwhelming, really. Going into Tribal, I didn't know what to expect, but to win the game, it feels so surreal. All my hard work, it paid off. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to have played and to win. Congratulations to Tyler, and congratulations to you, the viewer, for sticking around and seeing the season through. Having 10 seasons done, it's kind of crazy. I never expected to make it this far, but here we are. As for season 11, it'll happen. Got an intro made out, cast picked obviously, and the intro will be out soonish. As for the episodes, I don't know when they'll come out. Got a lot going on in my life right now. Got work, school, all that fun stuff, and it doesn't really leave much time to focus on episodes, which sucks, but I'll try my best to have episodes out at a somewhat regular pace, and, hopefully the next season's good, because I feel like it has a lot of potential. So that's about it. Until next time, there's been nothing to see here except the finale of Season 10, and I'll see you all very soon.